Okay, fraction routines, Cuisenaire rods, combining multiples of unit fractions. This is part 2. And I want to walk you through a little bit of how my teacher thinking goes about creating combinations that I would like students to use. I'm going to use the brown rod. You might say, well, how did you know to choose the brown rod? I keep this as a reference for myself. You can write it down, or you can just keep a model like that. And I know that that's 1 unit all the way 2, 3, all the way up to 10 units. So the brown is actually 4 units. That means that the red, which is 2 units, would be, I know that that's equal to, I'll just put here as a note to myself, that's 8 units. And this one is 2 units. And so that means that the red one, if this one is equal to 1 whole, then that means that the red one is equal to 1/4, because it would take 4 of those to make 1 of those. 4 red ones to make a brown one is what I meant to say. And then why that's important to me is next I'm going to choose the green one to say, all right, what's the value of the green compared to the brown? So the green, I know, if you look over here, is equal to 6 units. And so that's equal to 3 times 2 units. Or another way to say that is it's equal to 3/4. Okay, so this is how my teacher thinking goes, just so you know. Like sometimes people would say, well, how do you know which ones to choose? So that's how. And okay, now the way I'm going to create this for my students as a routine is I'm going to say, let's see, here's routine A. If that's equal to 1 whole, then what's this value right here equal to? And this is a hard one for kids. This is kind of an advanced version. So I can't, like kids will say, it doesn't equal anything, or I can't make it equal to anything because the green doesn't match up with the brown. That's because they need to develop a more sophisticated way of approaching it. And what we really want to do is say, okay, which kind of block is an even multiple for both the brown and the green? So in this case, the red one is. And so I would say, okay, then that red one has a value of 1/4, and then give the reasoning, because 4 equal pieces have an equivalent value to 1 whole. And then this one has a value of 3/4, and then give the reasoning, because 3 pieces, 3 1/4 pieces make 3/4. And so now if that's 1 whole, then this is 3/4. To go over that again, let's see another iteration of the same thing. So let's see, perhaps I want to choose the yellow one now. That's actually 5 units. And then I want to know what's the value of the red one. So if I say that this is equal to 1 whole, is equal to 1 whole, then what's the value of the red one equal to? And you might want to leave space for kids to do an intermediate value. And so I'm going to do an intermediate value of whites. So that means that there's 5 equal pieces there. So that means that's equal to 1/5. And then I want to have the reasoning. And if that's the case, then this is equal to 2/5. And then I want to have the reasoning. All right. So this idea of using an intermediate value is an advanced idea that develops not in 3rd grade, probably not in 4th, but hopefully in 5th. And this is a strong idea. The way that you do it in your textbook is you may have a routine where kids, like for example, 1/2. Let's see, you may do something like least common multiple routine. And so really what we're doing here is a least common multiple routine. All right. And so, let me give you, yeah, that's good enough for now. So this is the idea and of comparing a fractional value to a whole where the fractional value is not an even multiple of the whole. Or I should say the whole is not an even multiple of the fractional value. All right. And to do that, you have to use a unit fraction. By the way, notice that each of these, this is the unit fraction. The unit fraction. And this is the unit fraction that connects these two. And so to be able to, that's why we spent so much time establishing how you find out what a unit fraction is. All right.